to talk about sports betting, among other things, is the great Danica Patrick. Danica, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate you taking the time.
Yes, thank you.
You're really upsetting people who bet the under. Moving that line is gonna be very
I'm so
detrimental
sorry.
to some finances.
I got to make some side money.
I would love, so gonna talk about the sports betting league, but before that, just really quickly, first of all, we're all watching the World Series, we're all seeing the World Series. I, for one, am not a huge fan of the fact that America's pastime is taking place in a foreign nation in Canada, but considering all of the things that were happening last week, I think on Friday's show, we talked about the Canadians cutting up Reagan's speech. President Trump got all mad about that, and rightfully so, in my opinion. We kind of, I assumed there would possibly be some booing at the national anthem. We didn't really see that up in Toronto. I guess broadly speaking, what does that mean? Does that, because usually, you know, Canadians are really like up in arms about the whole 51st states joke and all of that stuff. Why didn't they boo the national anthem?
Well, maybe they're on board with the 51st state idea. Maybe they're starting to see light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe they're thinking this is a brighter day for us. Because obviously, you know, without that, we see that there's probably some level of understanding maybe for something bigger that's going on. And I have to tell you that when I travel and go to different places and speak to people from other countries and am around people from other countries, you don't know how many times people whisper in my ear from England and Canada and various different countries. They're like, we love what you're doing. And they whisper it like, oh my God, if anyone were to hear me, I would be banished. So I think there's probably an understanding that, you know, Donald Trump is an incredible businessman and an incredible negotiator. And obviously he's getting away with that 10% hike.
You know, it's actually interesting. As you were talking about it, I'm thinking, well, the type of person that would actually care that much feels like they probably can't afford World Series tickets, and the people that can probably have a little bit of business sense about them. So maybe that's maybe they understand the world a little bit better. I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on that theory before we move on?
Maybe. I was kind of thinking that, you know, the 10% hike is not such a big deal because Justin Trudeau's new girlfriend is so rich that he doesn't need this extra money to go to, you know, to go to fancy places anymore. However, I saw that they were in Paris together, and they were exiting a place called Crazy Horse, which is crazy because that's kind of like a naked burlesque place. So that's a hard launch.
Wow, that I didn't know that that's where I did know they were in Paris. The only reason because the last couple
I've been
weeks,
there. That's how I know. I've been there.
That's. I hope you're not revealing something about yourself, but
but you know, I'm not full launching a relationship walking out of a place like that.
Well, they were spotted off the coast of California, to which I called then for the immediate deportation of Justin Trudeau. Why is he in this country? Is he seeking asylum from the mess that he created?
He's marrying in. Marrying in.
That shouldn't be allowed. He should have to go through the process like everybody else.